Good evening! Thank you to Summit City Comedy Club and Bark Entertainment for giving me this opportunity to audition. Tonight's show is sponsored by Preparation H Lip Balm, the perfect Christmas gift for all your coworkers who do nothing but kiss ass. Oh, thank you once again, like I said, for giving me this opportunity. I hope I can make it through this set. I'm kind of off a little. I'm under a lot of medication. I recently have been diagnosed with both narcolepsy and epilepsy. Overall, though, it hasn't been too bad. I've been sleeping through most of the seizures. Yeah, so anyways, actually, the doctor also said that I've been diagnosed with the early stages of dementia. At least, I think that's what he said. I'm not really sure now. Where am I? Sorry. But I went into the doctor actually just because I had some depression, and they found all these other things. Now I left the doctor's office even more depressed. It's kind of like you go to the auto repair shop and they always got to find something else. Like the other day I went in to get my tires rotated and they're like, well, we're sorry, but your secondary auxiliary main bearing is going out. I'm like, well, that doesn't sound good. And then it's always got to be done right now, If you don't repair that, you could die. So, you got to get it done. Just like the doctor, they tell you this stuff, you don't know any difference or whatever. But anyway, but yeah, through my depression, my wife has helped me some. A lot of people said my wife and I are soulmates. We kind of finish each other's thoughts. We're thinking the same things and that. But I'm not sure that's always a good thing, though. The one day I was talking to my wife when I was feeling really depressed. I was really having a really bad day. I'm like, gosh, honey, I'm really having thoughts of hurting myself. She's like, yeah, I've pretty much been thinking about killing you all day, too. Come on, let's do it. Don't be a pussy. Like I said, I'm not sure that's always a good thing. My doctor, like I said, I went for depression or whatever. I've been kind of having a hard time since one of my recent friends passed away. You might know him. It's the Pillsbury Doughboy. Yeah, did you know him? Did you know he passed away? Yeah, he caught a yeast infection from Dolly Madison. Just ate him up inside. Yeah, I tried to warn him. I told him to stay away from that little pastry peddling prostitute, but he wouldn't listen. He said, she really needed the dough. Don't know if that was need with an N or a K. I didn't really bother to find out, his obituary, it was nice. It said he died peacefully in his sleep, surrounded by his family and friends, But I thought, yeah, that's nice, but I also thought, how boring. I mean, come on, all the obituaries read it that way. I mean, come on, somebody's got to die a violent death. I mean, I don't know about you. I want to leave people traumatized. I mean, I want to give people something really to remember. I mean, whatever facility I pass away in, I want those people to need therapy. I mean, as I'm dying and, fluids are coming out of all my orifices, they're going to be trying to decide if they need to call a doctor or an exorcist. They're going to be like, we don't know if he's possessed or if he's passing away. And then they'll be trying to call hospice in, and hospice will be like, oh, we don't need morphine. We need a gun. Somebody just needs to shoot him, man. Help us. Yeah, I hope my obituary reads something like, Chris died a long, slow, painful death, screaming his head off. And he was not surrounded by his family and friends, because he was cursing and throwing feces. Yeah, peacefully in my sleep. I don't think so. Yeah. Oh, man. But, yeah, back to Dolly Madison. I mean, these snack food companies, have you noticed they all got their little peddler of their pastries? I mean, besides Dolly Madison, you got Sara Lee, you got Little Debbie, and it's even crossed over into, like, the Sun-Maid Raisin Wench, for instance. And I got to tell you, though, my favorite is the Swiss Miss Instant Cocoa Hoe. I mean, I'm sitting there, I'm staring at the box. I'm getting so hot, I got to drink my cocoa cold. But don't judge me. Don't judge me. It's like I wouldn't have to stare at cocoa boxes if pornography wasn't so expensive. I mean, inflation's affected everything. I mean, like the pay-per-view events are like $29.95 now. And, I just don't have the stamina like some guys. I mean, kudos to them if you can last through the 4-hour MILF marathon, but I just can't take it that long. I mean, I need less than 30 minutes of porn. So, I just don't quite understand why porn can't be like parking. Why can't I pay by the minute? Oh man. But I have found, I will say, I'll share with you, I have found a substitute. It's the Food Network. Yeah, I'm not kidding. I mean, you see the babes on this program? I mean, they got their low-cut tops, they got tight pants on, they're bending, they're blending, they're shaking, they're baking. I mean, I've never been so sexually and nutritionally satisfied in all my life at the same time. Yeah, I'm sitting there with a spatula in one hand and my pecker in the other. Like flip, flip, stroke, stroke. But if you are cooking and stroking, you do got to be very careful. You got to be very careful. You don't want accidents to happen. Like the other day, I was making corn dogs with Rachel Ray and I almost deep fried my dick. Oh man. Oh boy. Yep. But you can go to other places for porn too, like the internet. I mean, the internet, it's good for a lot of other stuff besides porn though. I mean, you can find anything on the internet. The other day I was just kind of browsing around, I was reading kind of the background and everything on Winnie the Pooh. Very interesting. So one of the sections they had, it was talking about what Winnie the Pooh has for breakfast. He has these Pooh cakes with his Pooh honey and he chases it down with some Pooh Tang. Yeah, good old Tang. I didn't know they still made Tang. You guys like Tang? Anybody have Tang? Yeah, well, I grew up on Tang because my parents were too cheap to buy orange juice. And they'd always use the same advertising like NASA did. NASA would always be like, Tang, the breakfast drink of the moon. My mom would be like, come on, Chrissy, drink your Tang. You can be like the astronauts. Yeah. But the thing is, what they didn't get back in the 70s, our parents, we didn't want to be astronauts. I mean, today, it's a cool job. It's cush. I mean, you're going to the space station, having steak and champagne. They're taking women. I mean, back in the 70s, you were in a tin can with a couple of levers and like 10,000 lights and buttons. And if you look inside of one of those tin cans, you'll notice there's one piece of equipment missing that is absolutely necessary for space travel. There's no toilet. That's right, space fans. Back in the 70s, you were sitting in your own waste for up to 2 weeks at a time. But that's only if you were lucky enough to be able to take a crap. Because if you remember from your high school physics class, gravity on the moon is 1/6 as strong as gravity on the Earth. That means up there you gotta push 6 times as hard to be able to take a crap. Yeah, they show those little videos of the guys bouncing around on the moon, supposedly experimenting with gravity. That wasn't experimentation, that was constipation. Yeah. Yeah, NASA, they got all their claims to fame of all their great products that came out of the space program. They'll talk about like WD-40, aluminum foil, microwaves. But one thing they don't tell you about is you can also thank NASA for the adult diaper. But it is kind of interesting though how, things come full circle in life. Because now at night when I help my mom get ready for bed, I can say, come on, Mom, put your Depends on. You can be like the astronauts. Yeah. Alrighty. Yep. But speaking of space, I've been watching a lot of Star Trek lately. Old Star Trek episodes. Very good show. Very good program. Any Trekkies out there? Yep. Well, I have noticed watching these episodes that the Starship Enterprise is a lot like toilet paper. They both circle Uranus in search of Klingons. Yeah. And I also was watching the one episode where Captain Kirk took a dump on Neptune. I guess he wanted to go where no man had gone before. All right. Enough of the crap jokes. But anyways, yeah. Speaking of crap, with all the labor shortages and companies having trouble filling positions and stuff, there's some companies you just wonder, how do they get people to work for them? One of them, Cologuard. I mean, how do you hire people? How do you convince them to come in and open up boxes of shit? I mean, you just make it sound like it's the greatest job in the world. Like, hey, do you enjoy exploring? Would you like to help one of the greatest medical inventions of all time? And these people that work there, I mean, what do you tell people you do? I mean, oh, I'm a fecal intake engineer. I don't know. I just don't understand with all the labor shortages how Cologuard could fill positions. Oh, man. But anyways, so, I almost forgot tonight's public service announcement. Tonight's show, part of the proceeds are actually going to an organization that I'm very proud of because I was one of the founding members for. This organization, it's a summer camp that actually helps kids who have attention deficit disorder. It really helps them focus, teaches them how to really look into things, teaches them to concentrate. In fact, we call it concentration camp, and the success has been overwhelming. Other than we've never had any Jewish kids sign up for some reason. All right. I need to apologize for that last joke. I know my family has really gotten on me for that joke. They said that I really need to be more respectful and I need to be more sensitive, especially since my grandfather passed away in a concentration camp. Yes, it was quite a tragedy. It was a dark, icy night, and he fell out of the watchtower. All right, that's all for me. Thank you very much again, Summit City and Bark Entertainment. Looking forward to seeing you in December.